So Darrin, obviously, there's been a lot of excitement coming into the season the last few years about the weapons you guys have offensively, but the production hasn't really been there like you guys want it to. What do you feel like has held you guys back? And do you feel like there's things you can do to be more productive this year?
Well, I think at the end of the day, it comes down to execution. I mean, you can be talented, but you got to execute on Saturdays. And I feel like we've gotten better up front. I feel like if we got to be able to run the ball better this year and run it on our terms. And if we can do that, it's going to open up the passing game for us. And we do have weapons. I think we've done a good job recruiting. And I think this year we'll start to see the kind of the fruits of our labor come to fruition on the football field. So I'm excited about this group. I feel, being the veteran guy on the staff and being around for 5 years, I've recruited the majority of these offensive players, and I feel like they're ready to take the next step.
Let's go to Alex Ramirez from Mile High Sports.
What's up, Coach Chev? How you doing, man?
What's up, Alex?
Been a while.
Yeah.
Good, man. Good to see you. Good to see you, man. You look good. So, as you said, you're going in your 5th season now, and you've been with part of now 3 head coaching staffs, and now you were recently promoted this offseason to offensive coordinator, and you're still doing a lot with the wide receivers as well. Going into this season, this Saturday, you guys recently promoted Sam Neuer as your starting quarterback. He had a lot of time to spend with Steven Montez last year. But Coach Storrell did also mention that he's very comfortable with Tyler Lytle, and he said he might get some snaps this season. Can you elaborate a little bit on that, Coach?
Yeah, kind of going back to your first question, obviously I have been here, but this is the first year that I feel like this is really my offense, and really feel like it's going to have a lot of my identity into it. And I'm excited about that. I think in the past of, sharing duties or whatever it may be, I feel like I have full ownership of this thing. And obviously Coach Storrell's an offensive guy, and he's gonna be watching what we're doing, but I feel good about where we're at. As far as the quarterback situation, I think they're both veteran guys that are inexperienced. Sam's been around for a long time, hasn't played much football. Tyler's been around a long time, hasn't played much football. And so, Sam got the nod to be the starter, and he's going to get the first opportunity to go out there and move the offense. But I told both the quarterbacks, I said, listen, fellas, at the end of the day, this is a 6-game season. We're going to get a really good, honest evaluation of both of you guys. And the quarterback that is the most efficient and most effective at moving the ball and putting points on the board is going to be our quarterback going forward. So I feel comfortable with both of them. I'm excited about both of them. And I think both of them have an opportunity to play. So it should be fun to watch these guys, man. They've worked hard, and I'm proud of them. I told them that I'm proud of both of them.
Justin Guerrero.
Coach, how are you? Appreciate a few minutes of your time. You said it just a moment ago, just about how you really want to be able to run the ball on your own terms this year. With that unfortunate injury to Alex, not sure how long he's going to be out. Jarek, of course, being the next man up. What did you kind of personally see from Jarek this camp? We've heard a lot of good things about him. And also just notwithstanding that injury to Alex, do you feel like you have a good kind of crew running backs back there that can rotate and give you an advantage?
Yeah, it's obviously disappointing for Alex. He worked hard and he has an unfortunate injury. But, Jarek was someone that I recruited with. Me and Hagan both recruited Jarek Broussard out of Bishop Lynch in Dallas. And, when I watched Broussard live in high school, I thought he was one of the best zone runners I've seen at the high school level, inside, outside zone. And obviously he's had a couple of injuries since he's been in Boulder, but he's healthy now. And he looks like the old, I always tell him all the time, looks like the old Jay Brew from back in those Bishop Lynch days. And he's smooth. He's really tough in the protections. He's got good ball skills. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people when they see Jay Brew running the ball. He's a really, really good running back. Jaron Bangham obviously is a veteran guy that did a good job as a freshman last year. He'll also be in the rotation, and hopefully we can get a shot Clayton going. He was a little banged up in camp, but he's getting back to full speed, and he's got a next level gear. He really does. He's got some special things to him, and so I'm excited to see those guys get going.
Back to Alex Ramirez. Alex, you're on mute.
Sorry about that, Coach. Sorry about that, DP. All right, so Coach Chev, last year you guys went down to UCLA and didn't fare so well, 31-14. Talk about the revenge factor. There's a lot of guys that are coming back on that team. What's your message to them? Because I know last year you guys were trending in the right way at that time, and then just it seems like they just didn't click in that game, Coach.
The great thing about football is every year it's a new team. This isn't the same team that went to the Rose Bowl last year and played UCLA. We didn't play well in that game. But the great thing about college football And college athletics is every year, it's a new year and it's a new team. Even if there's players back from that team, it's a new team. And so I like the preparation that we've put in offensively in camp. I feel like our players are confident. And, my job as the play caller is to put them in situations to be successful. And that's what we'll do on Saturday.
Back to Brian Howell.
Hey, Coach, haven't heard KD Nixon's name a whole lot during camp. And I'm just curious, how he's done in camp. And if you still see kind of the versatility that you and I talked about back in the spring, is that something that he can do? And just kind of how's he doing coming into this season?
Yeah, KD's obviously a veteran guy that's very, very versatile. Can play in the slot, can play outside. I think you haven't heard his name as much just because there's been probably the spotlight on some of the other guys as far as articles being written or stuff that's being put online. But, KD is one of our leaders in our room. You're going to see him inside and outside and also see him, in different spots. So I'm excited for his future, man. He's done everything we've asked him to do. He's been great with the young receivers, and he's really matured over the last couple of years.
And back to Brian Howell.
Just one last one for you, Darrin. It's just as a broad team question for you is it's such a weird year. It's been such a weird off season. Coach Terrell talked about maybe having more appreciation for the game among a lot of coaches and players. Do you feel that? And kind of how do you approach the season differently with your players? Just kind of taking that approach of, hey, let's appreciate this. Let's enjoy it.
Yeah, we definitely had a conversation about that early in camp. And, I'm so proud of these players, man. I mean, to be an 18, 19, 20-year-old young man going through a global pandemic and trying to play Division I college football, there's nothing harder than what these kids have had to do. They have to get up at 5 a.m. every morning. They have to get tested every morning for COVID. And it's a testament to their character. It's a testament to who they are as young men. And, I think people should be more appreciative of who these guys are, because they have done everything that we've asked them to do. And as a coach and as a dad, I couldn't be more proud. I mean, I'm proud of these guys. Every time I look at them, I recruited a lot of them. I've been in their homes. I know their moms. I know their dads. I know their brothers. I know their sisters. I know their background. And so to me, as someone that's been around these guys, I couldn't be more proud of these guys. I'm excited to watch them play because they've earned the right to go play.
And a final one from Justin Guerrero for you.
Coach, immediately after you guys had named Sam starter, we talked to him for a few minutes, and he indicated that he kind of sought you out, and you guys had a conversation just about expectations for this year and kind of stuff in that category. Just wondering what that conversation was like, and also just if you and him really feel like you're on the same page, you kind of have a harmonious vibe just getting ready for this season opener.
Yeah, like I said, Sam has a really, really good skill set. I mean, if you watch this guy, the guys that haven't been around him, Sam can throw the football, and he's athletic, and he can move in and out of the pocket, and he's done everything that we've asked him to do. He's performed at a high level. Has he made mistakes? Yes, he's made mistakes. Tyler's performed at a high level, and he's made mistakes also. It was a close battle. It really was in camp, and so I'm proud of both these guys. But I feel good about Sam. I feel like he's confident. He knows the game plan. And I think you're going to see him perform at a high level on Saturday.